If trading feels rushed, emotional, or inconsistent, there is a strong chance that your attention is being pulled in too many directions. Focus is one of the most underrated edges when it comes to trading. Today, we're going to be breaking down how distractions during market hours quietly ruin executions and how to eliminate them. My name is Chrissy,
And I'm George.
and welcome to Married to the Market. It's all about the trading session, right? And how to make sure that you are not distracted by noise, by just too much going on. So let's learn how to eliminate during the market hours because distractions sometimes go far beyond your phones and your notifications,
Yeah.
right? They really go by scrolling on social media all the time or Discord hopping. A lot of those can be some really big distractions because we live in a time where social media, the stimulation is high right now.
Yeah. For me, it's when I'm trading, I don't like listening to other people while I'm trading.
Yeah.
So if the news is on, I don't want nothing to be on. I don't want no type of distractions. I don't want to be watching no chats. I don't want to be looking at too much charts, right? Only the trades that I'm in. If I'm not in a trade and I'm looking for a potential trade, then I'll be looking at different charts. But if I'm already in my trade, there's no sense of hopping from chart to chart, looking at different stuff. So a lot of times what people will do is if they're in a community, so say for instance, we're the ones that are trading live and we're giving out call outs, someone might say, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
And I will not do it. All right. Because if it's not part of the trading plan, there's no way I'm looking at it.
And then listening to other people mid trade. You're in the trade. Ain't no reason to listen to what other people got to say.
Yeah.
Look and see what did the trade give you, right? You know where you got in, you know where your stop loss is, you know where your take profit is. So you should be comfortable in that and reacting to every candle time frame. If you got in on a weekly, and I had to tell my team that today, right? If you got in on a weekly trade for a swing trade, why are we constantly watching it? Let it play out.
Yeah.
You bought time in your contract for a reason. This is not a 1 minute candle. This is not a 5 minute candle. So there's no need to sit here and watch. You have alerts because you're using a platform. Set your alerts. Let it run. Give
Yeah.
it the opportunity.
There's no way someone, if you're just starting out, if you're trading off of a daily time frame, you can't expect something to happen right then and there.
Correct.
Once you're trading off a higher time frame, it normally takes longer for a target to hit. Versus if you're trading off a 1 minute because you're scalping, that should take a minute or two because you're scalping. But if you're swing trading, leave the trade, let it play out. You have your stop loss, you have your take profit. There's no need to be going back and forth. And that's like people checking their P&L all the time.
Yes.
When you're checking your P&L all the time, you might see you're fluctuating between green and red. If you see you're up $300 on a trade, but it's nowhere near target, you just got in a trade and you have a little pop, and then it pulled back and now you're down 300. There's no need to get mad. You just got in the trade.
Yeah.
Let the trade play out.
I was guilty, right? I used to be that girl that would refresh all the time, but you're distracted. This is why we come and tell you guys,
Yeah.
because these are mistakes that we have learned over the years. You're distracted. The more you keep clicking, you could have been watching the trade to see what other opportunities is there. So distraction is anything that pulls you away from your plan. If that has nothing to do with your plan, you do not need to be getting into the
Yeah.
trade or being bothered with, okay?
Yeah.
So you are currently struggling right now because there's a couple of factors. Maybe you're bored, right? You're bored and you don't have nothing to do, fill your time up. But also, sometimes the hardest thing in trading is sitting and there's nothing going on the chart.
It's
Today we
sideways.
sat there
It's sideways.
and it was choppy.
Yeah, when it's choppy, there's not much you could do.
So get up and go,
But the
step
thing
away.
is, a lot of times the market doesn't normally do it all the time, but when you're in a chop, you're in a chop. If you get in a trade, you should automatically know where your stop loss, where your take profit is. Set it and leave it, right?
Set it and
And
forget it.
and next thing is people just a lack of confidence when it comes to them trading and their plan in trading.
Mhm.
Like if you have your plan set in stone before you start trading, you shouldn't even be deviating from that. Stick to the plan and follow your trades.
Yeah. And this just the overstimulation. I know we're all in this social media age and internet, and we're always feeling like we need to check our emails. We need to check everything. Like, just chill. Put your phone on D&D. just relax, right? That
No,
stimulation is
no distractions.
crazy.
Like right now, our phones, anytime we start trading, we put our phones on D&D.
Yes, phone is
Only
always on D&D.
the only time, like for instance, if a family member or kids, somebody that's calling, then they can get through with us. But for the most part, nobody.
Only my son and my husband. Everybody else, I can't
Yeah.
do nothing for you. I'm too far anyway. So it's okay if my phone's on D&D. Call somebody else closer. But honestly, that's just what you have to do. And then you lose distraction because you keep wanting reassurance, validation. That's why you're checking the news, you're
Yeah.
checking this, you're checking that. You're wanting validation versus just playing with the charts.
Yeah. And a lot of times, if you're jumping in a trade not knowing what you're doing, that's when you're searching for everything to
Correct,
confirm your
because you're
trade.
nervous.
Versus you looking at the chart. If it's your setup and you took the trade, there's no need to look for
Absolutely.
validation. Just wait, be patient, and let your trade play out.
Distractions can feel productive because you feel like you're doing something,
Yeah.
but they destroy your execution. They
Yeah.
really do. Like that busy work ain't really busy in a good way.
And
It's in
that,
a bad way.
but that goes for anything in life. But we're
Yeah.
talking about trading. People will make themselves look busy, feel busy, but they're not being productive. When you look busy, you're actually taking away from yourself.
Yeah.
When you could be more productive by having a plan, having rules set in place, having good habits. So with that, you're not straying away from the plan. You're sticking to the plan and you're
Exactly.
executing based on
Just
that.
because you're doing something doesn't mean that you're always doing the right thing. Let's focus on protecting your focus before the market opens. What does that look like for you? Make sure you guys are writing all of these down, especially if you're brand new and you're now getting into trading. These are important things that we'd like to go over. Do all your preparation before the bell rings. If you like to wait till last minute, those days are done. What you're going to do is prep the night before or the weekend if you're going to look at the whole week as a whole. Take a day or two and review the market. Please do not come 5 minutes before the market and now try to put in alerts.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for failure instant.
Yeah, you got to mark your key levels. Mark
Yeah.
your key levels, set the alerts. Like she said, prep the week before, prep the night before, at least before market open. If you're day trading, you need to make sure that you see what happens today so you could prep for tomorrow. If you're talking about on Fridays, then you're prepping for next week. If you're talking about the end of the month, you're prepping for next month. You always want to make sure that you're prepping, you're marking key levels, highs, lows, where support, where resistance are, and then set the alerts.
Because that's what we did, guys. We gave you guys a free blueprint, the Busy Trader blueprint. It's in the description, right? In our stand store. And it basically goes over for people that are working a 9 to 5, an easy way for you to be able to trade. This video is not sponsored by anybody, but I'm just telling you, we love TradingView. We love the way we could put in our alerts, the way things come to our phone and our emails. So if you guys are looking for a trading platform, maybe you don't have one yet, I would say go to the description, click on that link, and get TradingView. It really changed the game for us being busy. Like right now, we're going to go out. What are we going to do? We're going to set our alerts so it'll come directly to our phones. So when the trade presents itself, we don't miss that, right? We don't have to be stuck to the screens all day. The purpose of trading is for the time freedom that you want back. Otherwise, you would just go work a 9 to 5. But that's not what you want to do. You want the time freedom. So you have to set yourself up for success. So make sure you download the Busy Trader Blueprint so you have all of those details.
Yeah.
And then write what your written plan is. What is your plan for the day? Write it down and stick to the plan. Very simple and easy.
Yeah, I say your guys, at the end of the day, your preparation prepare you for your focus.
It does.
It will let you focus on the right things and not the wrong thing. Going into this, you're gonna have to say, all right, what are things that I need to avoid?
Yeah. Well, how about we figure out while the market, right? We just talked about pre-market, but while the market is going, while the bell just clicked and you're ready to go, let's start with number one. We are not using social media apps. We are not trading. We're making sure our phone is on D&D. We're not going from chat to chat. We're not going to watch anything else outside of what we're focusing on. For me,
No trades that you're not in.
correct. So for me, I only take 3 trades a day. That's us as a
Mhm.
couple. We only take 3 trades a day max. But what I'm going to do is put maybe 4 or 5 on my screen because they all don't go off at the same time. And that's all that I'm going to look at. My alerts be going off like wildfire. but I'm not going to look over there because it's a distraction from what I'm focusing on. This is my plan for today, and that's all that we're going to stick to. I think it's very important to have the one computer and the charts that you're going to be trading on and just stick to what the plan is set out for the day.
The next thing I would say is no added indicators.
Oh, yeah, in the
Right?
middle of the trade.
It's like again, you're looking for reassurance, you're looking for validation,
Yes.
right? If your trade is right, you're gonna add some type of indicator to see, okay, what does this indicator showing me, right? Don't do that. Just know that if you get in the trade based on your setup, be patient and wait for that trade to do what it's supposed to do.
Those rules are there to protect you while you're trading, to not distract your attention because anything you turn your head for can really distract you. I don't know if you guys have seen, there's time where people got liquidated because they got up to go to the bathroom or something happened and you weren't paying attention and you didn't put a stop loss. I'm talking about my husband. This happened a long, long time ago, but it
Few
happened
times.
to all of us.
Few
You're like,
times.
damn, I'm really thirsty. Let me just go run and grab something to drink. Next thing you know, you hear beep,
Few
like
times.
you're done. It's your
That's
stop loss.
why we're having this 90-day reset, because sometimes it's like when you look back at the nightmares and you look back at what we've went through, you don't want to see other people going through that. So that's a crazy thing.
Yes. Sometimes we need to simplify things, go back to the basics, like you said, with the reset, but also maybe just having one screen. It's easier when you first get started. I know you guys see everybody with their fancy trading room tour with all the different screens. You're not there, sis. You're not there, bro. Just take one screen right now.
Just
Manage
one.
the one
Just
that you
one.
have. But the nice thing is with TradingView, you can have different charts on that one screen.
You need a big enough screen.
Correct.
That's it. You need a big enough screen, but you don't need to. I've seen where people have, 10, 20 different screens in their room. I'm like, that's wild. But hey, to each his own.
Yep.
For us, we use one screen. We might have the TV on with a different set of screens on it, but that's about it.
So basically, with this, I want you guys to remember that the fewer charts you have, you will get less distracted and just have one primary setup, right? When you're first getting started, I know there's a lot of different strategies, but just say, you know what, this is my primary setup. This is my indicators. If you even use indicators, sometimes you don't even need it. Like personally, I like to trade naked sometimes, but not like that
Hey.
naked, but the screen naked. Okay, get your head out the gutter.
Hey, that's a benefit to me, by the way.
This is what happens when you're trading with your spouse. I'm telling you, jokes all day. But the execution, sticking to your one screen, focus on that. Right now, it's all about clarity over stimulation. It's having an understanding of where you're at, what you're trying to accomplish, and you'll get there much faster. You need to watch less so you can see more, if that makes sense. So focus on maybe when you're first getting started, on the watch list, maybe you just get 3 to 5. You
That's
don't
what
need
I was
that
about to
much.
say. When you're first starting out, there's no way you should be having 10 different things that you're looking at.
Correct.
Just have one or two that you're looking at and focus on those. In a sense, I don't even recommend being in too many trades at the same time.
Yeah, when you first get
When
started,
you're
yeah,
first starting
manage.
out, manage one position at a time. It's okay that you're in one trade and you make money on one trade. The time will come when you could take 2 trades or 3
3
trades at
trades.
a time,
Yeah.
right? But for now, focusing on one trade will help you and get you the P&L that you're looking for, right? Or the results you're looking for. Versus if you're in 3 trades, then you might be in profit on one, but you're so down in the other one, you're focusing on that, and then
Correct.
you miss out on taking profit on the other one. So you're thinking, well, that trade can make up for this one that I'm losing on, so I don't want to close that one out. And there's all kind of things that can be going through your head versus just focusing on one trade and not have your screen filled with different charts.
Yeah. Also remember, emotional distraction are also distractions when you're trading. It's not always about the physical, the phones and all the screens. It's
Yeah.
also how are you feeling internally, right? You always have to check yourself because if you get frustrated, that is a distraction. Because you're so focused on, oh my gosh, I lost this trade, and another trade is going off in the meantime. But you're so fixated on your loss. Get over it. You're going to lose some trade. You knew where your stop loss was. You know where your take profit is. If it hit it, get out, move on to the next. Get out of your head now
And
because it's a mental game.
and if that happens and you feel that way, maybe you need to get up and walk.
Yeah.
walk away for the day.
Yeah. Find something to do.
Because that can turn into revenge trade,
Yeah.
right? So if you're feeling a certain way emotionally and that's not a good feeling, you need to get up and walk away.
But also,
We
what about the good feelings?
Yeah, we talked about this too because if you're okay with your loss, if you're calm about your loss and you can accept it, then great. That's a sign of growth. Once you accept it, then you can move on to the trade. But if you're there sopping and being sour and be like, yo, I just lost this, then you're gonna miss out on another opportunity.
Yeah.
And also you'll probably want to size up more than what
Yeah.
you should regularly trade with because you want to make that money back. Or you might say, listen, I just lost money, so I might trade scared and trade with a lot less than you
Mhm.
normally would, right? So those are the things that you have to be careful of. When you're going through those emotions, you might want to just step away for a bit
Yeah.
and call it a day.
But also, what I told my group this morning, I like to give a little motivation in the mornings. And I told them, yes, last week was all green, but get that out your head because the market will humble you. And I also want to tell you, being too excited sometimes will also be a distraction because you're over here hyping yourself up, but your other trades are suffering, or you'd missed a trade because you're so hyped over this one trade. And sometimes it be that trade that you was down in and you finally got out. But you have to keep a level headed when it comes to trading. And also trying to make it back. That is a mental distraction just as well.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
you're
when
like,
you're
dang, I
trying,
need to make it back. I need to make it back. No, it's okay.
yeah,
You
that's
lost.
that revenge
Yeah,
trading
that's the revenge trade you was
that
talking
can
about.
it can make you get worse in a hole,
Yeah,
right? It could bring you in a deeper hole than you're already in versus again just get up and walk away and be like, you
absolutely.
know what? I'll trade tomorrow.
We wanted to take a quick break and say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Did you know that 80% of the people that are watching this video are not subscribed? And you might be one of those people just as well. And if you are, do us a favor and click that subscribe button and join us on this journey. Watching this video, that means you might be interested in options trading. I'm not sure if this is for you, but I wanted to let you know that George and I have a 6-week mentorship called Married to the Markets. We'll be teaching you everything about options trading and holding your hand throughout this process. If that sounds like something that you would be interested in, make sure you pause this video and check the description because we're going to be putting all the information that you need and to see if you're qualified for this. So if this is something that you want, we would love to have you guys in the Married to the Market family. So guys, let's go ahead and jump back into the video.
Emotions steal your focus faster than any notification will. So be mindful in how you feel. Check your emotions. Make sure you're journaling, right? Grab the journal, journal every single day. Ask yourself, how did I feel when I got into this trade? How did I feel when I got out of this trade? Was I feeling too anxious? Was I feeling nervous? You need to identify certain things about yourself. Trading is going to expose who you truly are as a trader. Make sure you check yourself every so often. When your focus is protected, you have clearer entries because you can see the clear picture. You know exactly where you need to enter. You always got to make sure that you protect your focus when it's in trading. That's why I wanted to have this conversation because I think distraction is a thief. Thief from your bank account, mindset, all of it.
That's why I always say have the plan.
Yeah.
If you have a plan, then you're gonna be focused because it won't let you go to different charts because you already know the setups is there.
Hmm.
And if you're looking at two setups, then that's it for the day. When those two setups go off, if they go off, you take the trade versus searching for something else you already spent
Yeah.
and planning and preparing. When you're focused, you don't have to worry about the distractions. When you're focused, you don't have to worry about making bad decisions. When you're focused, it's like, all right, you know what? When the time comes for me to take that trade, I know I'm getting in that trade.
You're confident in yourself,
Yeah.
right? When you're focused, you're confident that it will run its course or the trade will present itself. So when you're focused, it improves your mistakes. It decreases your mistakes. I apologize. It decreases your mistakes. So you have less mistakes because you're actually focusing and you have your little checklist when you're first getting started. We talked about that in the last video. Make sure you have your checklist so you know when to make sure the confirmations present itself, things of that nature. So just remember when you're trying to become a profitable trader in this season, your identity makes you, right? So if you tell yourself that you are that profitable trader, you're going to be that disciplined trader, right? And you're going to make sure that your focus supports who you're becoming. Because remember, let's bring it back to the other podcast that we were talking about, we created a 90-day reset for some of you guys. If you're new and first time watching, make sure you go back and watch the other videos. Your identity is so important when it comes to trading. So know who you are, but also
Yeah.
your environment. This is why I tell you to clean up your space,
Yeah.
right? So you can have a clear head. When the weekends come, I don't play with my kids. Monday morning, this house better be clean
Yeah.
because I got to come into the space where I feel comfortable. But it's not just your environment in regards to your home and where you're trading, but also what does your watch list look like? We're in 2026 now. So I hope you cleaned up your watch list from 2025 and make sure your indicators still serve you. You know, those are the little things you have to do when it comes to your environment.
Yeah, your environment have to do it a lot with when
Mhm.
you're trading. Just like you said, if you walk in a room and it's cluttered, then you're
It's
gonna
going to spill
feel
over. It's going to spill
it,
over your
it
trading.
it's gonna spill over into the trading versus if you have a clean space, place smells good, you can focus better on your trade. You could focus because you're gonna feel better. Now, if you want to play some soft music, whatever it is that gets you going, then by all means. But with us, we don't really play music.
Yeah. And then on the other podcast, we talked about your rules, right? Putting rules in place. Now that also helps your focus. Do you see how they all intertwine with each other? Your habits that you reinforce will
Yeah.
always have you focus day by day.
That's why we talk about creating good habits.
Yeah.
Good habits, what does that look like? You getting up early,
Yeah.
being prepared. You have a trade-in plan. You journal every time you take a trade. You want to know why you take it. You want to know what was a profit, what was a setup, but also taking care of your body. What does that look like? That look like you getting up, going to the gym.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be in the morning. You could go afterwards. If you're working on yourself, you feel good about
Being a
yourself.
good steward of
It's
this.
gonna pour over into your trading
Yes.
as well. Reading plays a big part, right? When you're reading, you're growing mentally, you're growing in that aspect so you can execute better. So those are things that I find works good for me. Does it work good for everybody? Does it work like if some people that are profitable in trading, do they do that all the time? I'm not sure, but we're talking about what we experience and what worked for us.
And what we tell our mentees to do, because it's all about becoming what? A disciplined trader. That's what all of this is, guys. It's becoming a disciplined trader. When you're disciplined, everything spills over. The profits, the trading becomes easy. Just life is a whole lot different when you are disciplined and allow that to come over into this aspect of your life. The next episode is going to talk about outworking yourself, not other traders. Guys, we are not in competition with anyone else but ourselves. Even though I trade with my husband, I'm not in competition with him.
No.
I'm in my own lane. I know that I am a swing trader and that's what I'm good at. He is great as a day trader. He loves
I'm
that
not
in and
gonna
out.
hold on. I'm not gonna.
I done
You,
took over the
you,
group, so
you,
I'm day
you've been,
trading and swing
you've been
trading.
boss. You know,
Thank you, baby.
you've been boss. So I'm not gonna discount that. She's been doing good on the day trades as well. Great as far as swing trades, but you've been doing your thing on day trades.
All green last week. And the week before, we was killing it too. But that's not the point. You see, you don't get big headed. Bring it down, okay? Stay humble because the market will humble you.
We'll humble you.
Okay. So basically, consistency comes from your own process, not comparison. At the end of the day, like I said, we're not in competition for anybody. So what I want you guys to do is comment, protect, focus in the description if you're committed to distraction-free trading. We're going to see you on the next podcast episode. Make sure you share this with a friend, a family, and rewatch the whole playlist. We have tons of information. And come over to the Discord, say hello, introduce yourself. And if you want that guide that takes from 1,000 to 1,000,000, come and ask us for it. We will be happy to give it to you. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.